Hello, welcome again. I wanted to take some time here to explain a little bit more of the charts and uh, how to use multiple time frames for trading, which is a very effective tool here. Now, again, what I think I'll try to be doing, guys, is at least to try to get you two educational videos per week. That way you could get enough information to familiarize yourself with the market at a very even pace. Okay, so I think I'll do that where I'll be giving you two educational videos per week. Now, as you can see in this chart here, we are on the monthly vision here, the monthly chart. Now, again, this is probably confusing to you. You're like, what the heck is this? Why is it that when you click on monthly, weekly, the charts looks different, daily looks different, hour looks different, 30 minutes it looks different, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute. As you can see, the chart changes every time you click, right? And you're wondering, what is this? Well, let me show you something really cool. Pretty much what this means is every single candle in this chart is 1 month. Okay, so on the monthly chart, every single candle is 1 month. So this is 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. Okay, and look at this. This is pretty cool here. If I go all the way back here, it's going to show me when this actually really began. And you can see here that the market actually went online and on the internet on March 1st, 1995. Isn't that pretty cool? So yes, so this is when the forex market actually really started trading on this platform. Now that's a pretty cool feature. Now, let me explain why multiple time frame trading is very, very useful. And I would like to do that by showing you what I mean. So right now we're on the monthly chart, right? As I can see, this is a good buy zone right here, and this is a good sell zone up here, okay, on the monthly chart. Let me show you something really cool here, and you're is gonna actually go into what I mean a little bit. So I say this is a good buy zone right up here. Okay, I mean good sell zone. So let's make that a little. Let's see if I can make that red uh, to better you guys. Why isn't this thing working? Okay, there we go. Good sell zone up here. Okay, and then I say, okay, this is a good buy zone down here. So let me go ahead and insert that zone down here. Now you guys are about to see something that is pretty cool here. Um, so again, I have my sell zone and buy zone right on the monthly. Now look at this. If I change the time frame to a weekly chart, now you see that we have more candles, right? We have more candles and we have wicks hitting these candles. Now the cool thing is wicks just shows you where the market has been, as you watched in the first video. However, uh, just because you see a wicks on a bigger time frame doesn't mean that it's a wicks on a smaller time frame. It could be literally where the market has been on the smaller time frame. So what I mean by that is this. We have a good sell zone over here and we have a good buy zone down here, right? If we go into the daily chart, look at that. Now the market is changing. Now the reason why this is important is because this makes ours be more precise with our entries. Okay, so we've already seen a good buy and sell zones. However, we don't want to risk that much money on the table. Okay, so we don't want to put a lot of money on the table, and because we don't want to do that, um, we have to be precise with our trading. Because if we are precise with our trading, then we are minimizing our risk by maximizing our profits. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so let's see here, guys. Um, you can see here that after I've gotten a little bit closer, now I'm looking at is looking like a potential good zone right here, right? So let's go in a little bit closer here to see what is the good sell zone for this market. Okay, so I'm actually seeing a couple good sell zones here. So let's go in a little bit closer here and see what we could do here. Let's put that over here. Oh, wrong, wrong, wrong signal here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So let's insert the shape here. Make sure we use a good one. Let's go with a rectangle. Okay, so now this is looking like a good zone right here. Uh, okay, I'm just having a really bad time drawing this stuff, guys. But we'll just leave it for now and go into it a little bit deeper here. But so we're gonna go into the 4 hour chart, right? Once we go into the 4 hour chart, look at this. Now look at what we're seeing here. As you've seen, the last one was just a huge wicks, but now uh, it's no longer a wicks here. You can see that it's actually looking like candles now. Now this is making us our trading a little bit more precise because again, when we looked on the monthly chart, this whole thing was one big candle. But now we're going into this a little bit deeper here. So when we go into the 1 hour chart here, watch what happens here, guys. When we go into the 1 hour chart, as you can see, when we go into the 1 hour chart, now it's not looking like a wicks anymore, right? Now it's looking more of a really good zone here it's looking like a really good zone to buy up here, right? And as you can see, if I go back here to this chart, that was a wick. But now that we're in the 1 hour chart, we're looking at the really good zone here to buy the market. I hate when it does this, but let's just forward this here. That's the only thing MetaTrader needs to really work on is their presentation. Usually, um, other other platforms are a little bit easier to draw on, but MetaTrader is just a little bit tough to elaborate and alliterate, as you guys can see here, illustrate. All right, so now on the hour chart, it's looking a little bit better here. Now let's go a little bit closer into the 30-minute chart. Now when we go into the 30-minute chart, when we go into the 30-minute chart here, you can see here that we're seeing a little bit closer candles to the action now. As you can see, these candles are looking a little bit more better here, which means that we could enter the market with a little bit less risk on the table. So pretty much as you can, we started with the initial small point here, which was the monthly. When we got closer into the weekly, it changed. Every time we get closer, we get more precise to the market. Okay. Now, the reason why this is important, guys, is because if you find a buy on a sell zone on the higher time frame, most likely that is where the market is going to go. Okay, so the reason why you would like to find the zones on a bigger time frame is because that's where trend goes. You always trend is your friend. Okay, so you always want to trade according to where the trend is going. However, you want to be precise and have a minimum risk on the table. So because you want minimum risk on the table, you need to go into the smaller time frames to get a little bit more precise uh, entries. And precise entries will lead into you having smaller losses but bigger gains. Okay. For example, if we were on the monthly chart here, just this small, just this small time frame here. Look at this. This would be